funky.
It's got some pure cane juice and what, 4 mangoes?
Yes. Delicious mangoes, and this cane juice is unfreaking believable.
It's really good. Honey, you just peel the mango.
Yes.
Honey. Moments later.
This is the aftermath. This is my mango seed.
It's really something, hun. What you do to fruit. So, our original option, ship this bus back.
Yep.
$4,000 or $3,500. He said he'd do for us, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that would put us at like $6,000 all into the bus.
Yeah. It wouldn't be bad, except for this bus has 395,000 miles almost.
Right, which makes it more of a
Risk.
yeah, kind of a loose cannon, so to speak. Anything could go wrong at any time with those kind of miles. But it's perfect for Maui, really.
And it's a perfect bus for us in
Because
so
you
many
never-
ways.
You never drive that much in Maui.
Right. The thing about this bus is that it's a custom vehicle, and we're never gonna find this vehicle on the mainland. The other good thing about it is that it drives really smoothly, which is good for the kiddies. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
not
we can
too
sit up
stressful.
front. There's a CD player. There are lights built in. It's a
AC.
great vehicle. But I guess let's talk more about what we're going to be doing. What do we want out of our life for the next coming years? You know,
Yeah.
we were talking about a van because we want to go to all these places we couldn't get to in the bus. But now we just talk about the luxury of parking up on BLM land and
Being able to
campgrounds.
work.
And being places that feel safe, that we can work and we know have
Right.
amenities and stuff. I think the biggest thing though is the fact that we want to have a family.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like kind of a twofold. Are we going to spend all the money risking shipping this vehicle back when we know that long term we're probably going to be in something bigger when we have a kid?
I think exactly. So what's our other option? That would be to sell it here and move back.
Right. Where the hell would we go?
Where
What would we do?
do we go? We have to do it all over again.
Which we can do. Like the idea of doing this all over again.
Totally. We were only halfway done with this one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Doesn't have any power or running water yet anyway.
And we know how to design these spaces. I mean, this is our third conversion.
That could be really interesting. And then we could even do a long school bus. That'd be super fun. And they're cheaper. Okay.
You mean than a short bus?
Then like a short bus or another one
tour
of
bus.
these that would be less miles, you know.
We could build the next tiny house on wheels that's going to be like where we welcome our first kid eventually.
Really do it up. Get those Instagram pics. We can really do it up.
Are you?
Alright, baby, let's do this thing!
All right.
Wish I could have filmed that for you guys.
We started driving away and realized that the back window we left open and propped up.
This one, back here.
So we had to pull over.
Back on the road. Let's go. Continue
That
montage.
was a little sketchy, yeah. Continue montage. We posted the van on Craigslist yesterday morning and we've already gotten 4 hits on it. We weren't exactly sure how quickly it was gonna go, so we're trying to create as much content between now and selling it as possible and get as many pictures so that we can really hold on to this beautiful time in our lives. But in addition to meeting people to sell the van, we also have a couple other things we're trying to sell on Craigslist.
Just a few odds and ends, trying to clear out everything because we're not gonna be bringing stuff back with us.
Yeah, we also need to go get a suitcase. I believe we have one underneath the bed, and I think we're gonna need one more.
We also talked to my mom yesterday, and she talked with Fred, my stepdad, and they said we're more than welcome to come stay there. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, exactly, and the cats love being there. Plus, Fred has an incredible workshop, like our dream place to be able to do another conversion, so we're really excited to be able to use all of his tools and hopefully have him help us do some of the build as well.
Exactly.
Actually, that thing that you guys just heard was another person inquiring about the bus van, whatever we like to call this.
We came up here really to get pictures for Living Seal Photography and some thumbnails for Living Seal, which we did, and now a serious cloud is rolling in. Now we can't really see anything. Look at this window. It's pretty much blue skies, and then all those clouds are where the view would have been.
This is why you see Tabby so much more than Akina. Let me give you an example here. This is Tabby right now. Early morning. Just woke up. Okay. And this is Akina right now. Early morning. Just woke up. Akina's, we'll say the good one, if we're gonna be honest.
Tabby's like, that looks like a mean back.
Tabby, though, a little bit crazy.
She really wants to jump on you.
Is there something on my back?
She really wants to go outside. I don't think van life works for Tabby.
That's why we're getting along most.
So this spot we just call the Lighthouse, and we've had success camping here 3 different times.
Yeah.
We did have the cops come by one time, but they were just checking license plates. They never bothered us or anything. So we're gonna try and camp here again tonight, and maybe every other night that we're here in Maui.
We have no idea how long we'll be here.
Exactly.
Me and my wife come and take a look at it.
Sure. Do you want to meet up around, like, we're showing someone else the bus at 3 o'clock at Target Planet Fitness area?
You showing someone else already?
Yeah, we have
Bunch of people
something scheduled at 3 today.
Oh,
But
they gonna grab them.
I don't know. They may or may not. We'll
Be really interested in it.
okay. Well, I'm 100% serious. We'll meet you at about what 12:30.
When I eat lunch, I'm at 12:30.
Okay.
And then if you guys down in the McKenna area, I can either meet you guys at the landing,
Okay.
McKenna landing, which is right there.
So, I guess that means we're going to McKenna Beach.
Let's go.
He sounds very interested in it.
Yeah. So we just got done with a little photo shoot out here. Hello, Tabby. It was really, really fun actually. We were taking pictures for about an hour and a half, all the way until the sun went down, and it actually inspired us so much that we're going to get up tomorrow morning at sunrise, get all ready again, which is crazy because I usually don't get this ready ever, and take some more pictures. So it'll be really fun. Anything to add, my love? I look a little sweaty because I am a little sweaty because Maui.
No, I'm just hungry. That was fun though.
That was super fun. Unfortunately, we ran out of propane, everything. Yes. So we ran out of propane and we have not that much water. I'd say like half, probably 2.5 gallons of water. We're trying to eat the rest of the food that we currently have because we won't be in Maui forever and we still have a lot. Oh, Tabby did not like that. We still have a lot of peanut butter, jelly, and bread. So we're gonna have some peanut butter and jellies for dinner. And maybe some avocado bean dip, cold. Yeah, and this cat is absolutely insane. That's how Tabby feels about van life. Okay. Is it okay to just get lots of stuff of Tabby? Or no?
Of course.
There's whales right outside the window. He's flapping his fin around.
He's flopping fin like crazy.
It's morning time here at the Lighthouse parking spot. We love it. This place is absolutely amazing. And we're just gonna vlog today. So, hey babe.
I was just following the mama and the calf. They're cute.
They are cute.
It's been a pretty sweet morning so far, let me just tell you.
Well, tell him.
Well, we woke up, we started making plans for the day, and then we looked out our window and we saw whales flopping. What is
Fin.
it? Fin. Flopping fin. And then we got really, really close to them. That was the closest I've ever been to a whale in my life, ever. And there were 3 of them. I think Mama, Daddy, and Calf. We learned from Planet Earth last night.
I love you.
It just flopped its fin again. It's
just
flopping
fin
fin. Let's go.
Is that enough floss paper?
Maybe. Oh my gosh, every way I turn, I'm like, homegirl needs a shower. And I smell.
Oh man, that's like stress sweat. It's like hot garbage.
So we're back at Planet Fitness, trying to get everything nice and charged up. We just took a shower. It's such an incredible thing when you live in a van or a bus. Any time you get to take a shower, it is just absolute bliss.
So here we are on our last day here in Maui. Trying to get the bus ready. It's a complete mess right now. Everything is kind of a disaster zone here, but it's coming together. The stress of traveling is starting to weigh on us, but we are keeping our spirits high. We know that this chapter is over and we're really excited to start the next one, so that's all I can really say right now. Have to be at the airport in about 2 hours. But we figured we'd squeeze in one last adventure. All right, shall we hit the road?
Should we do 5 minutes of meditation? Up there, not down here. Too
Okay.
sketchy.
Let's go up there and do 5 minutes of meditation before we do a 12-hour. Yeah, let's do it.
12-hour flight.
12-hour flight. We are at LAX. We have like a 2-hour layover, and then off to Baltimore. So I just took Tabby out for like 5 minutes and gave her a little love sesh.
We've been traveling for 14 hours.
It's now 5 a.m. and we've
place. Disaster zone. We need to air this thing out before we show it to the person tonight because it's gotten like, really huge. But right now, we have no idea where Kina is. So this is one of those spots. That's very special. Highly recommended. We were just cleaning and we looked out. Some serious Vanlifers parked up next to us last night.
I don't even know where this vlog is and what we doing. So, for real, normally I'm not really used to looking at my eyebrows looking like this.
Seriously, just the worst drivers I've ever come across here in Maui. Honestly, people walking in the road now. That's annoying.
Make some quick peebages and then go snorkel with some sea turtles.
Yeah,
Pretty
so let's
pretty.
just skip the peebages and go straight to the sea turtles for you guys. So we grind coffee beans now, folks.
I have been kind of a hot mess. I set the camera down and lost it, and I just left the door open.
So we'll be doing a California King in our nest box build. Blah, 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 blah.
Mainly because of the cats.
Mainly it's because of the cats and the baby that we plan on having in this
Creating.
bus. Yeah.
So 20 minutes, all right, over here. It's a lot of
Aunt Nancy,
stuff.
the real MVP.
This is a $5 bottle of wine.
It's true. Target, hooking it up. You guys, we do not drink wine very often because... Should I turn the fan off?
We don't drink alcohol very often, really. We just try to keep it in moderation.
Yeah, we especially don't drink wine that often because Chad gets headaches.
That's really why. It's because I'm old and I get hangovers really easily, so... Man, you tell it was a sweaty day. I'm kind of glistening.
I'm sweating real hard today.
Went to the gym, guys. No big deal. I didn't work out or anything, but I went to the gym. Took a shower.
I worked out. Did like 10-15 minutes of stretches on my yoga mat.
What?
Baby, look at the bat.
Did we not charge this battery? So this video has not been rehearsed or even really talked about, to be
No.
honest with you. We're just like, let's just record a video about like
Thank you.
the emotional toll, the things that people really don't talk about in this lifestyle. Because we were talking about it amongst ourselves and figured
Yeah.
it'd be...
It's been kind of an emotional day. Do you think
Yeah.
the lighting on my face is okay? Okay.
Cheers, first off, everybody.
Yes.
We'll grab a
cheers.
drink. This is $5 wine.
Mm-hmm. We were
Figure we're going to talk about this kind of nitty-gritty emotional stuff. Gotta have some alcohol.
and last night I was watching Rolling Vista's video talking about 15 things they've learned in the 5 months they've been in bus life.
Put a card up.
And honestly, the wine inspired me. So I was like, and we saw a $5 bottle. I was like, we can afford that. Okay, guys.
So
the actual term that we were using to discuss this earlier was the psychological toll that comes with this lifestyle. And if you live in a van or a bus, you know exactly what we're talking about. And if you're interested in the lifestyle, I don't think that this is something that should deter you or scare you at all. It's just something to be aware of. And
I mean, a lot of things to be aware of. It's not, you can't just sum it up into one, one thing that you're going to feel or one thing that's going to make you think twice about it. It's not like that. It's just a bunch of little things that you don't think about, and all those little things start to add up.
Yeah.
And start to become this whole experience that is the chaos of trying to live
On the road.
on the road. Yeah.
I'll just talk a little bit about my personal experience because I think that'll be the best, most organic thing.
Before I forget though, the thing that you said that really struck me right away was that you were dreading eating.
Yeah.
Because the dread of dishes, the dread of pulling everything out, re-cleaning everything.
Yeah.
All of that. Do you want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that if you know me, you know that I love food so much. I love fresh fruits and vegetables, and I just love the color that's involved in creating meals. It's like art to me.
Yeah.
And for the past couple months, it has not been like that at all. Part of that's been because food's quite expensive in Maui, so we've been eating very humble foods, like I would call them very white foods, like bread and oats and stuff like that.
Not like white people foods.
No.
Just white
maybe,
foods.
maybe, yeah. But yeah, just very like bland foods. And I kind of stopped making meals for Chad, except for dinner. And actually, you normally make dinner. And I don't know, I just kind of got to this place where I was like, is it really worth it? And it really has gotten to a mindset of like, I'm just trying to make sure I have enough calories in, because I don't want to go through the whole process of, yeah, doing the whole dishes thing, figuring out what I'm going to eat, accumulating all the trash, having to find a place to store it, or having to hold the trash in here.
The dishes, the big thing with that is you not only have to worry about, it's not just the task of doing it that sucks. I mean, no one likes doing dishes, but
actually, I don't mind dishes that much.
well, you have to do them right after you eat because they'll rattle around the bus otherwise. And it's not just about carrying your clean water, but then you're turning the clean water into dirty water, which you also have to haul around with you.
Right.
So
it becomes this whole thing. And then there's also, specifically for us being in Maui, the bugs are crazy, so you cannot leave food out at all, you know? This bus is pretty sealed up, but still, the bugs are pretty insatiable here.
yeah, we had the windows open 2 nights ago.
Oh my God, that's right.
And the lights on just like this at night. And these little tiny like microscopic kind of almost like
hundreds of them.
Almost like fruit fly size flies just started coming in through the screen and then hovering around the lights. We're just like, what the heck is going on right now?
Then we just sprayed them all, and now they were just dead, stuck to the wall, which was fun for them to clean the next day.
Hashtag Vanlife.
Yeah.
Bus life Vanlife.
Yeah. But even more than that, I feel like the biggest thing for me personally, Chad, well, to be honest, we got into a fight earlier, and that's really what embarked.
It was about one.
Yeah, it was about one. What kind of began this whole thing was, questioning the lifestyle a little bit and questioning, like, our worst fights come out of when we're stressed out and we're feeling strung out. And to be honest, I find bus life, van life pretty stressful, and there are a couple reasons. The number one reason is because of my animals. As you guys know, Tavi, the big gray fluffy cat, loves to travel, but our other kitty, Akina, really does not like it. It's very stressful for her, and it's extremely evident. That's not just me reading into it. It's very evident that she does not like it, and it just breaks my heart, and it makes me feel stressed out. And then every time we go over a bump, I'm like thinking of her underneath the bed and thinking about, the G-forces from when we're turning and how that's affecting her, and that's just one element of it. And then there's other things like security, or the cops coming. Like last night we were at a spot, and this is the first time this has ever happened in Maui, but the cops pulled up, and I was already having a hard time going to sleep because it was a full moon and we couldn't really like block out all the light. So I'd finally gone to bed after like 3.5 hours of trying, and then I see cop flashlights all up in our windows.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like,
they didn't do anything, but they just wanted to make their presence known, I guess.
yeah, I think they just like checked our license plates and then moved on, because there were other people camping around us as well.
That's what gets me the most is
Cops?
No. Well, yes and no. I don't know if it's because I'm the man and I feel like more responsible for security on the bus, but
Probably.
when we're parked in a spot that is either, I'm thinking like, oh, we might see the cops here, like we're trying to stealth camp somewhere. Like, we might see the cops here. Or even worse, someone might try to break in.
Unsavories.
We were parked, we almost forgot about this. We were parked behind
Holy
a park
shit, yeah.
in Boulder. And we were asleep, and it was probably like 2 a.m. We heard this truck pull up, and the guy in the truck was directing this girl to try to open the door to the bus. And she did try to open the door. We had a lock on it though. But she unlocked the thing and started to pull it open, and it opened enough, the lock stopped it, and it was just like a simple padlock. And Zaina and I were like, what the heck is going on right now? And
scary.
Honestly, yeah, we were packing back then, so this couple was lucky.
Yeah.
Honestly. Zaina got up and screamed out the window, like, what are you guys doing? We're in here right now. And then the girl ran around and got in the truck, and they sped off. And I was yelled something like, don't come back.
Yeah.
But it was
very unsettling.
Get you shook. When someone's trying to break into your house.
When you have everything.
This one is like all windows. And we've been sleeping with the windows open because it's Hawaii and we need to. Otherwise, it just gets really stuffy.
Yeah, really.
And because of that, I don't sleep super well. I'll wake up like 10 times a night. If I hear a noise, I'm afraid it's someone either trying to break in, just a tweaker that's just scoping out the bus, or the cops.
Yeah.
And it's bad because I prefer it to be the cops, obviously, because that's the most safe.
Yeah.
They're just there to either tell me to move on or
just check up on things.
Check up on us, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't want it to be someone breaking in or a tweaker. So that
Yeah.
been it has a heavy emotional toll on me. Is making sure we're parked and secure and safe. There's also been a weird thing that's happened to me, especially when we were traveling. Like when we did West Coast Wandering back in the States, on the mainland. I would wake up sometimes and forget, like, do you ever wake up in the middle of the night in a daze and you're not exactly sure what's going on, like whatever. I would wake up and forget where I was, like where we parked the night before, and
what was even around you.
what was even around me. I would totally forget, like because a lot of places we'd pull in and just, all right, we're done, we're going to sleep now. We wouldn't even really look around. And I'll just get up in the middle of the night to have to go pee or something, and I just get freaked out because it's a completely foreign surrounding.
Yeah.
And I think but that probably happens more to van lifers, because bus life people plan where they're going to go usually, and van life people are more like, we're just going to go wherever the hell we want.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, I'm saying yeah a lot.
Yeah. There have been nights. There was a night. Sorry, babe, I'm talking a lot.
No, it's okay.
There were a couple nights where we had all the windows totally sealed up with the thermal barrier. It was pitch black in the bus. Pitch black. You couldn't tell if your eyes were open or closed. And I remember waking up in the middle of the night and freaking out. Just having a couple times where I would wake up and freak out because I would just forget where I was, and I'd wake up and not be able to see anything and just have like a mini panic attack.
Totally, I remember. Yeah, another thing that happens with Chad too is when he's in a location that he is a little uneasy about, he'll grind his teeth like crazy while he's sleeping. Like it sounds like he's
chewing on chips
like,
or something.
Yeah, eating chips or something. It's
I can't
really
control
loud.
It. And I wake up the worst migraine.
Yeah, and then I have to wake him up and be like, you're grinding, because again, you'll have that terrible headache if I don't. But yeah, there's the safety factor of things, and obviously I think the best way to combat that is our cat is like being
super
so cute. It's crazy, holy crap.
I'll show you real quick.
Do you mind flirping Akina's face when you get a sec too? Oh my.
It's not focusing. But you guys get the idea.
It's so cute. Oh, she's getting excited about that string.
She's playing with the string from the camera.
Okay, where were we? When we were in our last bus conversion, sometimes I would just get so over traveling that I'd just be like, let's just stop here. Like I'm done. And I had to learn very quickly that we both had to make sure we were very comfortable with where we were at, or as comfortable as you could be, because one time we were traveling through Arizona and we were going through like Indian reservations, and you know, a lot of those communities unfortunately are really kind of run down and
unbelievably impoverished. It's like a favela,
it's really sad.
Really terrible. Just shacks set up, no road, just kind of just dirt in between the houses. There was a 3-legged dog.
Yeah.
We pulled into
really
this
sad.
place.
People just don't look happy, you know? Like you just
I remember we stopped there. Yeah, it was bad. We
Yeah.
stopped there because we needed a place to upload a video. So we drove through the town, and Zaina had her phone in her hand, and I was driving the bus. She was looking for a place that had the most bars. And we came across this spot that had 3.5 bars. We were like, all right, stop right here. We just literally just pulled over on the side in this kind of a driveway thing. And within 30 seconds, this guy was knocking on our bus. And we were like, oh, what the heck is this?
Forgot about that.
He recognizes us. So we opened the door, and he was like, hi. You guys got some change or any cash or some weed? And we were just like, holy crap, no, sorry, man. And then, you know, we shut him out and went back into our bus, and he's just kind of hanging out outside the bus.
Yeah, which, you know, I think it's a different thing. Like some of you might be thinking like, oh, I live in San Francisco or New York City and wherever, Denver, that stuff happens all the time. But it's a little different when you're just, first of all, in your regular car. Yeah, when you're in your house and we have our cats in here and we have all of our equipment in here, it just makes you feel very like, just very uneasy.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a big, big thing, security in this lifestyle. And honestly, a big reason that we're considering transitioning back from van life to a bus. Should I say that?
Yeah, this will come out after.
Okay. So a big reason we're thinking about transitioning from a van to a longer bus is because The maneuverability is fantastic, but the livability is, I think, a bit more important to us, and we've realized that we don't really mind if we have to be staying at campsites or if we have to just be staying at BLM land that is accessible for a larger vehicle. Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about, because you guys already know that we're planning on doing a big bus because we're gonna have a family and all that. There's more behind that for sure. Right now, the only place to really sit down in this van, is the bed.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't have like a desk or any other workspace. Dana doesn't really have a space to do yoga. It's just the bed is the place to be. So if we're both in the bus working on something, then we're both on the bed working on something together.
And like the cats will lay on the floor, so it's like you can't even really like walk around because you will step on them, and we have both stepped on them.
No matter how much you love somebody, no matter how much you've devoted your life to being good to them and just the best husband or wife you can be, if you live in this small of a space with somebody, you're gonna fight. It's gonna get real. Because they're a part of it all day, every day. Like this is our job, this is our career. We work together, we live together, we pee together. Everything happens together, not literally, I guess. Well, sometimes actually.
Yeah, today we actually did it in a public restroom.
We did, yeah. She came into the men's room.
Yeah, because the girls' room had a padlock on it.
Yeah.
It was not cute, I'll tell you that right now.
It wasn't cute.
But I know what you're saying.
But anyway, you know, there's definitely anyone can live in a small space. That's not the problem. It's bracing yourself for it.
Yeah.
Bracing yourself to realize, you know, this is my existence. This is my home, and I'm sharing this with somebody else right now. And you have to be ultra aware of the things you say, because sensitivity level is turned up to 10 when you're like in a tight space and everything's kind of already a little bit on edge. Then it's so easy to just kind of, you say something that normally is not a big deal, but
yeah, exactly.
Let's do an hour-long video.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 30 minutes, so
let's do like 2 hours. Let's do a 2-hour video.
We'll charge. Good thing we're at Planet Fitness. We can just charge this battery that's gonna die tomorrow morning. Okay, what else? Emotional tolls. I think, okay, let me talk about a big one for me. Let me take another swig of wine, because now I feel like I'm getting into it.
Just getting into it at 15 minutes.
I don't think you're supposed to drink wine like I just did.
No, you did.
I don't think you're supposed to gulp wine like it's a swigging some milk. But
you never had Franzia?
Oh, with Shelby.
Slapped a bag.
With Shelby, remember? That was rough days. Anyway.
I don't remember those days.
Camping in Maui. Woo woo. Okay, anyway. So a big thing I think that is ultimately it's an excellent thing about this lifestyle, but it can be very challenging, is a lot of the emotional things that you might be aware of even that you need to work on become so much more clear to you. So for us, well, for me at least, I am someone who gets stressed out kind of easily. I think that sorry mom, but I think that I grew up in a house where things got very stressful sometimes, and like that sort of, is frenetic the right word?
Frantic?
Frenetic, frantic, yeah, that sort of like energy starts to rise up. Like just talking about it, like I can feel what that is.
Agita.
Huh?
I used to, it's funny, my old core of friends had a, we don't actually know if it's a word, but we would call it agita. Agita. If you're starting to get agitated, you're starting to feel like, my agita's acting up.
Oh, I'm gonna start using that.
It's a good one.
All right. Yes.
My agita's starting to act. People are like, what are you talking about? And then it's just like, I'm just getting frustrated. I'm getting agitated right now.
Yes, for sure. So there are a lot of little things, you know, like when things go flying in the bus when we're driving, I'm like, oh God, or we go over really big bumps in the back, just like bouncing around. I'm like, oh, Akina, or, you know, like earlier today, I was trying to go out the door and I needed him to pick up Tavi so that I could close the door, and he took a step back and like stepped on their food and water bowl, and that shattered everywhere. I'm like, these little tiny things where it's like, it's not a big deal. Like, it really doesn't matter. You know, you clean it up, you move on, it's not that big of a deal. But I really, really, really try hard to not freak out over small stuff. You know, I try to be this laid back, calm, cool and collected person, and I really feel like when I'm working at my highest vibration, my highest level, I'm not like that, and I like myself a lot more like that.
Yeah.
But it's a constant thing that is being faced to me with all the day-to-day stressors that come with this with all of the day-to-day stressors that come with this lifestyle, it takes a lot of discipline to be like, you know what? It's okay. Moving on. It's all good.
You learn a lot in this lifestyle. If you're somebody who wants to get better at just rolling with the punches,
get into this lifestyle.
Move into a van. It's not glamorous, you know. It's funny because I was thinking this earlier. So many. It's come full circle because of Instagram, and it's really the only reason that all of this is glamorized. Instagram, and I guess like Facebook's a little bit.
And YouTube.
And YouTube, obviously, but YouTube allows for more people to be like us and just say like, hey guys, it's not glamour. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I'd watch Saturday Night Live, and Chris Farley had like, you'll be living in a van down by the river kind of thing. And that was like a big, like, yeah, that was like the worst way to go. You have to live in a van down by the, because frankly, living in a van is not great, guys. Like, living in a van is living in a van. Like, you don't have to sugarcoat it and dress it up and like put it in this amazing package and have all these awesome, like, you still live in a van.
Right, it's the things that it allows you to do that is why you make that compromise. But like,
been over glamorized. That part of it, the things that it allows you to do, the traveling,
is why you do it.
But the problem is that that's been glamorized to this level, and then the actual realistic, like, you're still living in a van.
And struggles are freaking real.
They're so real. I mean, this is our, we've been telling people because we've been selling the van. So we've been telling people, we got it, back in early October. And then it kind of dawns on us, wow, we got this back in early October. We've actually had this for a little while now.
Yeah, like 5 months.
Yeah. And
which isn't that long, but
that entire period, there were only 2 of the 5 months when we were up in Kula that we had electricity.
Yeah.
Right now, all these lights are running off the engine. We don't have any power. As soon as this video's done, I'm gonna cut the engine. It's gonna be completely dark in here, and we're probably going to bed because we're gonna be a little drunk for one.
Yeah.
But also, we just don't have any lights. We don't have any power right now. We also don't have any running water.
Yeah.
And that's something that we're willing to exchange in order to live on the side of the road in Maui.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes, that. And I think that sometimes I have these feelings of like, man, I can see why man has evolved to this level where they have running water and power, and why some people are willing to trade more of their time for these amenities. Like, I understand why people would do that, but I would never trade this lifestyle. And that's the funny thing. Like, I can sit here and think of a million different reasons why it's stressful, why it's hard, why it's draining and exhausting.
These are all great reasons it might not be right for you.
Yeah, but
that's okay.
We also are planning to do another conversion happily. Like, we have actually, as part of this fight today, just since we're getting real with it, I'm gonna take another sip here.
We can run through the whole fight because this will probably shed some light on what van life, bus life is really like. I call this van life because it's so small.
Yeah.
This vehicle is much smaller than our last conversion, a short bus, and it feels so much more like a van. Also, it looks like a van. If you literally, maybe I'll put a little photoshopped image in right here.
Yeah.
Of the side of our bus van with the windows whited out.
Yeah.
It looks just like a work van. So we've just been calling it a van. And that way we can also tag van life.
That's true. Where was I going with that?
We were talking about selling it. I mean, I'll tell you about the fight. Maybe you'll figure it out. But the fight started because we sort of had a miscommunication about.
That happens.
That happens a lot. We're very spiritual, and we're very much about putting it out there and just the law of attraction. So we put out this number, and we said we want to get this for the bus, and that was our top dollar. And then today I was like, what's our bottom dollar? And
I was like all spiritual, like, no, I don't even want to talk about our bottom dollar. Let's just talk about our top dollar. Like, we're gonna get our top dollar, and we're gonna have our top dollar, and the top dollar is gonna be what we get.
Yeah.
And Chad was like, yeah, I know, but let's be real. If people are like negotiating with us, like, what are we gonna agree to them with so that we know ahead of time? And I was like, no, I don't know. No.
Yeah, so that got me to a place where I was like, okay, already really frustrated, right? And then we were at the spot to take pictures, and this cloud started rolling in, right? So we got into the initial argument started because I said, the clouds are rolling in from right over there. And Zaina said, no, the clouds are rolling in from that side of the island.
Because this side looked like it was clearing faster.
There were clouds on both sides of the island, right? And I was like, they're moving in from that side. I can see them. I was watching the clouds from this side roll over the island. And Zaina was like, no, I can look over on this side. The wind's blowing and the trees are blowing and I can see these clouds moving. So
in our defense, I was sitting up front and he was sitting out back. So we were looking at two different sides of the island.
Yeah.
But.
And also in our defense, both the clouds on either side of the island were moving together. They were converging over the island. So we were both right, but we didn't realize that in the moment. And that triggered the argument. We were both like, are you kidding me? The clouds are moving this way. You know, it was like, we started fighting about the clouds.
And then, because we're business partners, we're just getting into all of it.
Yeah.
Because we are business partners and we had Living Zeal, and we had priorities today, like we had to get certain pictures taken, we had to get certain content filmed, we had to get stuff done. It was like, okay, we need to pause this marital stupid argument that we're having and we need to get work done.
We actually took pictures angry.
Yeah, literally. I was looking at the pictures back and I like have
You
this.
could tell you were angry.
Yeah, I just like have this kind of flat face. Not in all of them because I was trying not to be. But
Maybe I'll find one. I'll find one and put it up for you guys.
Yeah. Anyway, but then it's ridiculous and the fight went on for another hour or two and we're like, were we really having an argument about which way the wind was blowing? And then I was like, well, talking about atmosphere and just
yeah, and then it just gets, you know, if that's how it all works,
crazy.
It's a big snowball effect.
Well, and the big thing is because then you can't leave each other. So then you have this fight and the only option is to like go on a walk.
I went on like 3 walks today. I just walked around.
Yeah, because you can't go into another room and cool down. But then like the perception of you taking a walk and leaving, I'm like, you're leaving me. Good.
Yeah, I know. It's really hard. It really is to try and strike a balance. I know that.
Like, is this even gonna make it into a video? Or
it'll
is
make
it
it.
Just crazy.
It's gonna make it. All this is going in. You guys are getting a raw video. I hope you enjoy this one. I hope this isn't your first Living Zeal video.
Yeah, I really hope. Anyway, a big thing that we're having to deal with lately is this kind of balance between like, are we more of a married couple or are we more business partners?
Our marriage always has to come first.
Our marriage always has to come first.
Say to each other in the moments.
Yes, and it absolutely needs to. But sometimes, like, you know, you wake up in the morning and you're really excited about getting started with works, you know? So Chad makes coffee and we're sitting in bed drinking coffee and we're talking about work stuff that needs to get done. And we don't really allow ourselves to have that time to, like, have our morning together or...
We didn't even have breakfast this morning.
Literally, it was like, all right...
That's
Let's go.
What started the whole fight. We didn't have breakfast. We didn't have a morning routine. We didn't meditate. We didn't do anything we normally do.
That's
we just
exactly why.
Got up. We started the bus and we drove to where we needed to go to the photo shoot.
Yeah, it was because we were fighting against the sunrise. We like woke up and we're like, we need to get to the top of the mountain as quickly as possible.
Right.
But anyway, if you live with your partner in a small vehicle, I know Crystal and Adam King are getting prepared to convert out an RV. So when you guys do that, I'd love to hear your opinion on what it's like living in such a small space with your partner. And especially if you work together, how do you figure out that balance and
try to help them facilitate the things that they need. Like this now it's more important than ever, I've realized, if you're gonna get into a conversion, to make sure that your spouse has their needs met.
in what capacity?
Like
yoga?
Like you like to do yoga, right? I'm thinking of Adam and Crystal right now. Like you like to do yoga, so I try to give you the time and the space and push you to do that. Say, why don't you go outside or do some yoga right here or whatever, let's do some yoga. And you know, I like to play ukulele and play video games and stuff like that. I know Adam likes to play video games. So now is not the time to say, we live in a van, you'll have time for that later. Like, no, we need to go see everything or whatever.
Let's go on
a
hike.
Let's go on a hike. I'm not, you know, don't do yoga. Let's watch a movie, or don't do yoga. We'll go on a hike. Whatever.
Yeah.
Now is the time more than ever to allow them to have their space to do their little tiny activities that keep them grounded. And
have daily rituals, you know, the things that, and I'm speaking to myself when I say this, the things that you know fill your soul, like for me, yoga, meditation, journal writing, those things that just make you feel so good. You have to have that discipline and to do it every single day.
You do, and it's even better if your spouse can be there to keep you accountable for the things that you love to do. Like when you'll say, do you just want to hang out and play some ukulele or something like that? You know I love to just sit here and play ook. And
this reminds me of something. So another interesting thing, another emotional toll when you're living in a small space with a partner, is you kind of feel like, and I don't think we'll feel like this in a longer bus, but you kind of feel like you can't do your own thing sometimes, you know? Like if I wanted to just listen to a podcast, like when I was a single lady living in my apartment, I would watch a YouTube video, listen to a podcast whenever I wanted, you know? I was just taking in different content, doing different things,
Last night
whatever.
I asked you to put earbuds in.
Yeah. Yeah, but sometimes it's like I want to listen to a podcast, but I know that you want to do something else. So I feel like, okay, I'm not going to do that because we need to do what you want to do. Or like, I feel like I can't do what I want to do unless I know that you have an individual activity that you can do. So I will wait for these moments, and I know you do this too. I'll wait for these moments for there to be time where we can do things individually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is freaking hot. This is why
hot
we're
here.
freaking leaving Maui, you guys.
I guess
So hot in
we'll
here.
talk about real quick. I want to switch gears a little bit
Yeah,
so
this
that you
is
guys
like-
understand. Now this is gonna be like a 40 minute long video.
I don't even know.
This is not just for the subscribers. Thank you. We love you all.
Don't unsubscribe.
Don't unsubscribe, but we do love you guys. So there were a lot of emotional gears turning that got us to the point here in Maui that we're at now, where we feel very ready to leave.
You go in there, huh?
Yeah, shifting it way up. We didn't understand this coming into Maui because we didn't have the perspective. But, you know, we saw another YouTuber who was leaving Maui, and we were like, why on earth would you leave? Or she was living in Kauai. We're like, why on earth would you leave paradise? It's crazy, because we were about to head here. And after going through a roller coaster of emotions, living 3 different places here on the island. We lived in a condo, 4 technically. Lived in a condo, we lived in a rooftop camper, we lived in our bus in upstate
Kula.
in Kula on a
Upcountry.
multi-million-dollar estate, and we also lived in our van on the side of the road, essentially.
On the beach.
On the beach. We've kind of feel like we've done Maui. We've experienced the highs and the lows as extreme as you possibly can. I mean, when we first got here, the first day we got here, we were living like kings. We felt like we were just on cloud 9 in paradise. And then the contrast between that day and today, we're right now parked in a parking lot with no running water or electricity, drinking $5 wine out of mugs. So we've kind of
Honestly, I'm happy about it, to be honest.
Me
Let
too.
us
No, this
not
is more
deter
us.
you.
That's the thing, is this is more us. $5 wine out of mugs and our van conversion is way more us than expensive condo on the beach.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Polish it off.
just kind of
So-
spilled out the bottom of my cup.
So the one big thing that we've realized in Maui is something that we've actually been talking to you guys about for an incredibly long time, and didn't really realize that we were accidentally
Doing the opposite.
doing the opposite, and that is how important it is for you to take care of your time.
Live your life.
Yeah, 'cause that's all you got. That's it. All you have is your life. Why would you give it to somebody else? Why would you waste it just trying to save money to do just live your life?
And I think the other big thing, you know, I don't know, maybe we'll get into this in a live stream, but maybe this is the only time I'll get to say this, is, you know, we literally had the option to live out the rest of our days on this multi-million-dollar piece of property in upcountry Maui with this insane view,
If we would've stayed
gorgeous
there.
weather. Like, we had the option in a lot of ways. I mean, granted, the rug could have been pulled out from under us at any
No,
time. But
honestly, this was told to us.
yeah,
This was told to us by the owner of the entire estate, that if we stick around, they really hope that we would be the people
living in that house.
living in the house,
Managing that
overseeing
property.
everything, when they want to move on and get property elsewhere. And we knew that if we would have just stuck around, that could literally all have been ours.
But we didn't want it.
Multi-million-dollar piece of property. That's not what we want. That's not what we want.
But
at
the
all.
reason is not, you know, Maui is wonderful and beautiful, but there's something about, again, living your life for yourself and setting the terms of your life yourself, you know?
Walking away from that, saying this isn't what we want. We want a life for ourselves, not strapped down anywhere.
Even if it means
Was-
in the parking lot.
Was like the most healing thing ever. Getting away from the situation where we're strapped down and realized, oh my gosh, we strapped ourselves down. We did this. Oh no. Walking away from the old American dream, so to speak, for the new American dream, felt really good.
Yeah,
felt really good.
it did.
Choosing
And-
minimalism over all the I just got chills. Like all the lavishes you could ever imagine, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Because that's the thing, like, they were great people and it was a great situation for the most part.
So great.
But
Sean sucks, but Sarah and their whole family,
Sarah and
amazing.
the kids, absolutely
We're
wonderful, really great people.
Yeah, we really hope to touch base with them sometime in the future.
For sure.
Yeah, but anyway, what we learned from that experience was incredibly emotionally powerful.
Maui has been such a big teacher. We've learned so much. We've talked about this a bit before, but the biggest thing that I have learned is even though Chad actually in the middle of our fight earlier said it, and it's true, but I'm not really like built for this lifestyle. So just like right off the belt, the machine belt, the production line, right off the production line, like you probably wouldn't look at me and put me in this lifestyle because yeah, I get stressed out about this lifestyle. What? It's stressful.
Let me help you
sometimes.
understand why I would just throw that out there.
Because you were mad at me.
I was mad at Zaina, but also
You wanted to make me feel bad.
before going into this lifestyle, Zaina had never ever been camping. And if you don't understand, like camping,
Like I always wanted to go camping because I grew up in Colorado, but I just never went camping.
I don't understand how you could
No,
then bridge the
babe,
gap to
I
van
went-
life. You went with me and you went camping with
And it
me.
was terrible.
And she hated it.
I
She went camping with me
hated it.
for the first time. We went to our friend Skylar's birthday party, and we went, and it was a beautiful spot. It was amazing.
I loved the feeling of being in nature.
But she slept on the ground and didn't have any amenities, and woke up with no amenities.
Really, the
and
main thing was sleeping on the ground. I was like, no, hell no.
So going from that into van life, if you've been camping a lot, and like I grew up camping, van life is a luxury.
Right.
Right? But if you've never been camping and you just lived in an apartment your whole life, van life is like scraping by. Like, what? So the perspective.
Well, I don't even think that. Yeah, that's an interesting point. I don't think that that's the reason why I'm not built for van life.
I don't think it's the reason, but I think it'll help people
'Cause,
understand.
Yeah, I think that I feel like I'm pretty fine with, you know, like we don't have running water and stuff, but I'm okay
You do
with
like
that.
peeing outside.
Yeah, and I love peeing and pooing outside. Like, it's not really the amenities or luxuries that I need. It's more like the literal stress of finding places to park and, you know, maneuvering around people and like, this is my home. Cars don't swerve too close to me. And the expense of spending money on gas, having to like go here and there and there and there. And the biggest thing is this little bean down here.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about the contrast real quick. So we really just wanted land to stay on. That was like our biggest goal. Our dream was to have land that we could stay on. And we came to Hawaii and found land that we could stay on. And it really only took about 2 weeks
Before we were like,
before
what
we
the hell
realized,
are we doing?
what are we doing? We want to be traveling around. We almost immediately were like, oh no.
Well, it was that, and then it was like, well, why did I quit my job where I was making really good money, trading my time, but I was, you know, I was trading my time, but I was walking away with something valuable. I was making really good money
Right.
to something where I'm not making any money, but I'm trading lots of my time.
Right.
Just for a place to
Right,
park.
just for a place to park.
When my
And-
house moves.
And frankly, like there was,
What?
I don't know, Sarah, if you're watching this, we love you, and send us an email. But
You think you're such a lovely
I think
individual.
you're such a lovely person, and yeah. There were like parks right up the street from where they lived. There were 2 parks that I know we could have parked at. That would have given us the exact same view. We could have bounced around there for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
But we wanted to help the family out, and we wanted to enjoy this land and stuff. So I guess we realized that the amount of time we were giving over was thousands and thousands of dollars worth, if you were to compare it to the lifestyle that we had before we went into bus life.
And that's why it's like the amenities that we don't, you know, it's funny. Now we're in a parking lot and we don't have the amenities that we had even up in Kula, but we have all day to ourselves, and that's kind of everything. So this lifestyle gives you so much. We are huge advocates. Sorry, I have a tortilla chip in my tongue. We're huge advocates of van life, bus life. We feel like it frees you up to be able to do so many different things, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you want to start a business of some kind. Pretty much everyone who starts up a business like isn't making any money for the first couple years, and this gives you a way to be able to live and put all of your time and energy towards building your business while not having to like have another job where you're making money to pay your mortgage and stuff like that. So it's an incredible lifestyle, but it's freaking tough, you guys. Like, it's not for everyone, and I think that it's okay if I'm not gonna name any names, but there are a couple people on YouTube right now where I can tell just from the way that they act and that they won't be doing this for that long. You know, since in the time that we've had our YouTube channel, we've seen van life, bus life channels come and go. And that's why it's so funny to us. Literally today, in the midst of our fight, we were like, you know what? Maybe we just need to say screw it to living zeal, go get an apartment, go get jobs, and just see if like things return to some sense of normalcy. And obviously that was coming from a place of like fear and all that stuff. And God, don't even get me started on fear, you guys. But anyway, the ultimate thing is whenever we come back to it, we always know that this is a lifestyle for us, and we're going to be living tiny and living alternatively for the rest of our lives.
That's a crazy thought, guys. That's a crazy thought, because think about this. We plan on being incredibly successful. We plan on being, we'll say, wealthy. We plan on having enough money to have a really nice house, right? But we still really just want to live in a bus. And wrapping your mind around that.
Or a shipping container house.
Or shipping container house. We really want to do a shipping container house. That's like our mansion, is this shipping container house that we want to build. But trying to actually wrap your mind around that and put yourself into that mindset of, okay, imagine that I had $1 million. Would I really change my lifestyle? Or would I just eat better?
I would
and realizing that you would just eat better is like the most...
For us at least.
Yeah, but think about it. You know, there are millionaires out there who have these nice houses and these nice cars, but they're missing something. They're always saying like, I'm missing something. Everyone who's wealthy and got wealthy quickly, who had their who had their rise to fame quickly, they all say the same thing. They're all missing that. They're missing that thing, you know, and that thing is what you get with van life and bus life. And it's being completely stripped down to your core and then shown this beautiful world. Yeah. The struggle, but with reward. I'm drunky. The struggle, but with reward. Like this morning, tonight we're sleeping in a parking lot. This morning we woke up at probably the most beautiful spot we've ever been.
Yeah, for real.
Frankly.
The only reason we're not going there is because we have to meet someone here really early tomorrow morning.
So the bus.
Yes. But yeah, this lifestyle is absolutely incredible. And do we have anything else we want to add? I think this is a long one.
I don't think so. I hope you guys have been along for the ride. We haven't done a live stream in a couple months. We haven't done a live stream in a couple weeks. So we thought this video might be a good way for you guys to just touch base with. Wow, I can't even talk anymore.
Anyway, guys, it's been a real one. This video has taken multiple different turns, but sometimes you're just gonna get this really raw stuff from us, and sometimes you're gonna get super well-produced stuff. But we just wanted to chat with you guys a little bit about this, and those of you that are already living in a bus or a van, please comment down below. We always wonder how many people from our audience base are actually living this lifestyle versus how many people are just trying to learn about it and to see if it's right for them. And the most honest thing we can say is it is not for everyone. It's just not. It's not.
And it's okay though. It's totally okay if it's not for you. Don't feel like I didn't make the cut for van life because I'm like too high strung. No, it's not bad at all. Like everyone can figure out their way to live their zeal, and it's not always living minimally in a tiny little space. You can live minimally in your big space.
Yeah. And
then you just have more space.
Yeah. Exactly. But anyway, we are super happy that you guys are here, and we love each of you so much, and I really need you to make me some spaghetti soon because now I've had half a bottle of wine and I'm feeling really hungry. Okay, we gotta go, guys.
Love you guys.
Love you so much. It's been a real one.
Thank you so much for watching. This has been a really long one, and
our cats are being unreal. Bye, guys.